All right, Konflux community meeting for November 20, 2025. We're just going to go down our agenda document. Let me share it so everybody can see it. Right, and you can see the first entry for today is for Azifa.
Yes. Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, can you try to increase your mic because I barely could hear you?
Okay, can you hear me now? Correct?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, let me share my screen first.
All right, I'm going to unshare this.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Huzaifa. I'm part of MintMaker's team, and today I'm going to represent the new updates with MintMaker. This new release has been focuses on main three things. First one is the Java package manager has been enabled in MintMaker, and also Java ecosystem based languages dependency managers have been also enabled in MintMaker, and there is a new GitHub action for renovate configurations that validates renovate configurations, and that was one of the most annoying issues with renovate configurations has been solved now. So let's start with the Java-based dependency managers. The main dependency manager is Maven and Gradle has been also enabled in MintMaker, and here is like an example of one of the updates. Second of all is Maven, which was one of the highly requested because it has the abilities to fetches dependencies from Red Hat registries. So if you want to enable this one and want to make Renovate and /MintMaker to fetches your dependencies from Red Hat registries, you can add this Maven block in the Renovate JSON, which has had the registry URLs that you wish your dependencies to be fetched from, and most likely it will be Red Hat's. And the current behavior of Renovate is he looks for a new versions in each repository and in each registry and submit a PR if it finds a new version. But if it finds like a new multiple versions in different registries, it will submit a multiple PRs for which. And here is an example one in the. For example, here is like the same dependency JUnit has two PRs, one from Red Hat, and it has its Red Hat suffix, and one is from like the general Maven Apache registry. So that's one of the important behaviors currently. Is someone raised hand? Okay.
I was wondering if there is a way to configure that that JSON in a cluster-wide way, as opposed to everybody needs to be configuring this in their own component repos.
Okay, it can be enabled globally for all Renovate, but it will affect every Renovate user or like every MintMaker user that it will fetch a dependency only from Red Hat. I think that is the way.
It doesn't make sense for Red Hat's clusters, right, to do this for everybody instead of asking everybody to configure this. But yeah, public clusters, it's another story.
Mm-hmm. Adam?
So I do have a question about with that configuration with like adding a Red Hat repo. Does it also mean that the POM XML has to have the Red Hat registry sort of added to it, or another means by which Maven understands that it can access? It should be looking for dependencies in the Red Hat registry.
Okay, so it is not like strictly necessary to add the Red Hat registry into your pom.xml, because in that case, Renovate will add it to the like the array of registry URLs. It's the same behavior if you configured it in the renovate.json or in the pom.xml.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question? Okay, so yeah, and that was about to mention that you don't have to add this repository element to the pom.xml file, because either way, if you configured it in your renovate.json file, it will be fetched anyway. So and also for the JVM ecosystem support, like for example, here is a simple Scala based file, and here is a simple also, as you can see, MintMaker can upgrade dependencies within Scala ecosystem, and that happens for every JVM based language like Scala, Kotlin, and Clojure. And finally, is the GitHub action, which is the config validator for Renovate, as it was one of the most annoying issue with Renovate configurations, because we had like additional configurations for RPM and CVE and other like MintMaker settings and configurations, and that was hard to configure on your own without the help of MintMaker, and that is now possible. You can add this GitHub action to your repo, and it will automatically do that for you. And here is like an example workflow of that, and it has an config file option, which is you can explicitly declare the path for the renovate file, or if you but it's not required. If you do that, it can be automatically detected from your repo. And here is like an example. If you explicitly configure that, or it's automatically got detected. So yeah, and that's it. And I have shared the link to the GitHub action, and here's in the repo there is a good README file that you can use and see how to enable that in your repo. So yeah. So any questions? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.
Yeah, I'm going to share back the agenda. Let's see if we have anything. All right, so I'm not actually seeing any other topics in the agenda, so we can keep this one short if needed. But if anyone wants to raise anything, now's the time.
Barak, maybe do you want to just continue the conversation that you started about the having Red Hat repos be enabled globally versus having each team need to enable that? Since we have time for that discussion.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's like this is the community session, right? So,
right.
And this is really a Reddit specific kind of thing. But for Reddit, it kind of makes sense, for everybody by default to use the Red Hat registry, which is why I was wondering aloud if we can just set it up globally for everybody at the cluster level. And
True.
I think
and there's other. Sorry.
Right? Do I understand correctly that the answer was yes to this question?
Yes, I believe, yeah. Right.
All right. So yeah, but we probably should continue the discussion internally just to make sure people don't have any objections for doing this. There's one topic I want to raise. So those of us who do work at Red Hat, it's obvious for us what MintMaker is. Because it's enabled by default on our clusters. Then again, it's not part of the upstream Konflux CI core. So basically, when introducing a topic like this, we should probably start with an introduction. Hey, it's an extra service you can add. Here is the section in the docs for how to add it to your cluster. Then again, I don't know if we actually have any people who are using, the open source Konflux version, so maybe less relevant for now. All right. Any other topics? All right. I guess all of us can have 40+ minutes back. Great to see you guys, and see you all next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.